This is from Mike Parrott. Now, I knew that that this was probably going to happen. I knew it about 6 months ago because I know what it is that he's doing. He hasn't been talking about it a lot because he doesn't want to expose the people that he's working with to Niles and Boris and that gang. So I'm not going to say it. If he wants to tell you, or if you know it, well, then you know it. That's fine, but I'm not going to blab it. So I knew that these people were like doing a background check basically on him. And they have basically asked him to step aside from talk radio for the next probably about a year. But here's the announcement. I'm sad to announce a hiatus from radio. It's been an extraordinary opportunity to broadcast with the Crusade Radio Network over these last few years. Actually, since he started filling in for me, 5 years. His first fill-in was in 2020. 5 years. You guys that want to know about this, go on Facebook and ask him. Don't ask me because I'm not going to tell you. There is no better friend and mentor than the KingDude, Mike Church. Truly, he is the real deal. The KingDude is one of the last of the Mohicans in a medium, live broadcast radio, increasingly filled with low talent, shallow clickbait. It has been an honor to work with Mike. He's the same man on and off the air every day, and no one works harder or is more dedicated. I hope to return when able, and I am grateful not only for his understanding, but for his years of patient mentorship and fairness. He puts up with a lot, especially from me. Dude, you're easy. The network deserves great success, and I believe the breakout moment is happening this year. Exciting things are coming, and it's just a shame that I'll have to miss out on it for the time being. Thank you, TKD, for the opportunity to work with you. Mike, thank you. My response. My dear friend and colleague, Mike Parrott, has taken a break from radio for a very good reason. Here's what I'd like to say about it. To his greetings to me. Back at you, bro. Thanks for 5 great years. We will keep the chair warm and the gin and tonic chilled. It's so rare in this business to make true friends and a culture of backstabbing, character assassination, and pile-on mentality, where all the above is but a click or a little heart button away. So thank you for being a class act and treating me on and off air with mutual respect and dignity, also almost non-existent today. Godspeed in your new venture, me. So the search is on for a show to add here, and believe me, it's difficult. But I wanted to talk to you just quickly about what's coming up with heavy metal. Many of you have seen the trailer. 2,500 views already on Parler. If you want to follow, I think the next big thing in media, download the Parler app, Parler. The Parler app, and get acquainted with Live TV, or Play TV rather, their YouTube alternative, which is really cool. It's smooth. The latency is low. So it pretty much has everything that you want in it without all the censorship that YouTube does. But let me say something about Mike Parrott and this note and what's happening here. He's right about the shallow clickbait. Yeah, I saw another guy again today whining that he didn't have any El Rushmo to listen to, and there's no midday live talk radio. I'm like, dude, hiding in plain sight. So, having said that, the reason I believe is because El Rushmo was a leader. Was a leader, and he held a bar up here. There's a bar. He held it way up here. And if you wanted to try to take on the king, well, then you'd have to cross that bar. Okay? So he was extraordinarily talented and gifted at what he did. All of you, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. But when that bar went away, So did the people trying to jump over it. Now they don't have to jump here, they can jump here. And I tell you, it spilled over to the entire industry. The backstabbing part that I write about there, the classless lack of dignity, the complete and total lack of regard for people that should be referred to and looked up to as elders of sort. You know, the first time I interviewed John Sharp, do you remember this when Sharp came on? And we were talking about the book Economics for Hell, and he goes, but before we get into any of that, though, I have to respond to an email that you sent me. Because I forwarded an email to him. And what did Commander Sharp say? Commander Sharp said, I don't know who this young man is that says that we got off on the wrong foot and did this and that and the other. Sit down and shut up. I am your elder. You're not as smart as me, and I will not be talked to like that. You remember that show? You remember, I think, well, it's a person that's not in the chat room anymore going like, whoa! Who is this guy? I feel like screaming that in rooms sometime. And amongst certain people. You will not speak to me that way. I am your elder. I have earned it. It took 34 years. I've earned it. You know, people go, oh, you're so full of yourself. No. What is wrong with us that we don't want to honor achievement anymore? The reason they hate Donald Trump so much is because he is an achiever. They aren't. And so, again, you know what I think Trump has done, and some of you will disagree with this, and quite frankly, I don't care, but I think that it's correct. You know what President Trump has done for all the faults and things he gets wrong and everything? He's raised that bar of achievement. He has raised that bar. Hey, the bar's up here now, guys. The bar was down here with the country club, stupid party Republicans. The bar is up here now. The bar, look at the people around him. You watch Caroline Levitt, and I go like, where did this woman come from? She's fabulous at this. You know, you go from Blackety Ann, Corinna Jean-Pierre, who just sits up there and just reads off a piece of paper and lies, and then covers for a senile, demented old man, and then lies about that, and then you get this breath of fresh air. You get this ebullient, bright, cheery, funny, but very authoritative Caroline Levitt. Just look at the difference in talent. Stephen Miller, there has in my lifetime, next Monday, we're going to have a big party because we're rolling out the heavy metal contest. Schaefer, I can't wait for you to be the first person. As a matter of fact, Schaefer, I'm going to be monitoring you. I'm going to be saying if Jeff Schaefer solved puzzle number one. That's I want to see if Schaefer cracks number one, then, or if Schaefer has a time cracking Schaefer puzzle number one. I think we got something. We're on to something. Well, we're going to have a big party here. We're going to celebrate the 34th anniversary of the launch of the Mike Church Show, and I think that's a big deal. It's been 10 years now since we left SiriusXM. 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, every day for 10 years. And you are still in that chat room. You're still listening. Many of you are still good and dear friends. Is that accident? Is that accidental? Do you believe that the friend that you have come to know and love, and I've come to know and love you, is capable of being this bogeyman that people constantly claim that I am? You know, one of the things that you also have to do, and this is another thing that I'm sick and tired of, and I'm just going to talk about it. One of the other things that you confront when you're an entrepreneur and you're in small business is people's lack of respect for the small business guy. Remember the Jeffrey Tucker article that I used to read every year on National Small Business Day? And Jeffrey Tucker was like, 4th of July he wrote it. Give it up for the small business guy. You don't, unless you've ever done it, you don't I'm not looking for, I don't want your pity and I don't want your sympathy. What I want is for you to understand and give me some knucks. And give the other small business guy out there that you know some knucks. And what Jeffrey Tucker wrote about was that until you've done it, you don't realize how hard this is. How difficult these guys do it, and many of them don't get paid. You literally don't get paid. And then you are subjected to public character assassination, as I am, for things that I did not do. But people accuse me of them. There are certain people that come from foreign countries in Europe that are still out there lying about me and saying things that I've done that I didn't do. And they say it about other people too. It's easy, but what is what is this fascination with always aiming to swat the legs out of a stool underneath someone who's trying? If the guy or the gal is genuinely trying, why you want to take him down, brah? What in the hell? No, what in the F is wrong with you? Because you didn't get your way, you're going to go throw a public temper tantrum hissy fit? Not cool, not professional, and you'll never get ahead. You'll be stuck in your misery because you blame other people for it. You'll be stuck in your misery for the rest of your days until you take ownership, which is what the small business guy has to do. The small business guy is the guy out there in the front line, and everything is his fault. You go to the restaurant, you get a bad chicken wing, that owner dude hired that jerk chef who tried to kill me. And now, again, please, no sympathy, and I don't want sympathy and pity. I don't think people have an appreciation for the small business guy, the little guy that does something and tries to, look, trying to feed my family, but my exchange for that is I'm trying to give you something that makes your life better, okay? Raises your spirits maybe for 3 hours a day is what we try to do around this joint. So some of you tap the brakes from time to time. It's a family, right? We're always going to have disagreements. Well, let's hug each other and get over the disagreement, shall we? And respect that small business guy. No, he's not going to get everything right. I think that's the other, but the customer's always right. No, they're not. Come on, chick idea, the customer's always, no, they're not. Ask Maggie. I so wish your t-shirt would have come in today. I probably would have stolen it and worn it. Disappointments, all of you. With our Lord in there with his hands up, and the caption is, disappointments, all of you. Okay, so we love Mike Parrott. We love his family. And you know what? He said something, and I said, you know what? I think he's going to do a farewell show. I encourage him. I said, do one. And I said, but you write your narrative. You write what you want to say because, I want to say something about it. And I said, I appreciate that because if you do that, then it will answer people's questions. And then they won't do what they do, which is rumor monger and accuse me of running another one off. Because you have to understand, of all those that I have supposedly run off, there was actually only one that I actually went, nope, ran off. And that number is not etched in stone. Okay, where are we going from here? So, praise for the little guy who it is in small business.